Wow. It's the 2012 Presidential Platform Survey, an official Republican Party document. Do not destroy. This document is registered to me. I'm named below under this piece of paper, so you can't see who I am and where I live, because I don't trust you. If you choose not to participate in this official presidential platform survey, sign and return this document using the postage page envelope provided. That is so cool. I'm telling you. I'm just all a dither. I'm so happy to fill this out. You can see I've already made my check marks and stuff, and I'm really impressed by the tightness of this survey. I mean, it's so well done. Maybe you can tell that I'm being sarcastic, and I think the people running the RNC are a bunch of boobs. Anyway, so they want you to participate, but if you don't, they want you to mail it back. But here's what's really getting me. Whoa, sorry about that. Support reply form. Yes, I want to help elect the next Republican president and Republicans to office at all levels of government who will fight for the conservative values and principles that I hold dear, and get our nation's economy back on track and growing with free market capitalism and entrepreneurship. This could be written by the DNC as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'm enclosing a personal contribution of, check one of the below, $35, $50, $70, $100, $250, $500, or other, which I guess you could call N dollars. No, I do not wish to participate, but I'm returning my questionnaire with a personal contribution. Okay. No, I do not wish to participate, but I'm returning this document with a sponsoring contribution of $15 to help cover the tabulating my survey. Oh my. So what they're saying is the actual participation is the contribution, not the survey. That's what I'm getting out of this. So that if you don't want to participate, you got to pay anyway to cover the cost of tabulating the survey they sent unbidden by the receiver. I didn't ask for this. In fact, if I had hired a person to build a survey and they handed me this, I would fire them because it's a crap survey. So I answered a fourth way. No, you sent me this survey to fill out. I didn't ask for it. You can pay for it. By the way, it may be the worst survey I've ever seen. Some days I wonder why I ever joined the Republican Party. Probably in order to vote in primaries in the hopes that Ron Paul could have won the primary, but the RNC made sure that he wouldn't do that, because why would we want Ron Paul to win the nomination, right? Anyway, let me see here. I'm trying to do something, and this thing is really not a arg. It's hard. Sorry for all the grimacing, but okay, here we go. In my best tropical print shirt. I just want to read you a few of these things. Now, this is a presidential platform survey. Do you believe Barack Obama has used the presidency and powers of his office to look out for the concerns and interests of Americans like you? You're sending this to a Republican, for crying out loud. Hello? And what does that have to do with the Republican platform? What is it, the platform of we hate Obama? Isn't that kind of a given? Being a Republican, you disagree with the more liberal way of doing things? Oh, but I forget. There are Republican progressives. And this really isn't an issue so much of liberalism and conservatism as it is of progressivism. Do you agree or disagree with the statement below? President Obama inherited an economy losing 800,000 jobs a month. Well, yeah, he did. I don't know that that's relevant to anything. And averted a worse economic mess while passing health care reform, saving the auto industry, killing Osama bin Laden, and winding down the war in Iraq. Well, I don't think he averted a worse economic mess, although he might have. It could have potentially gotten really bad, but if we would have bit the bullet and let the correction be made, we might be out of this by now. Well, okay, maybe not, because the chances of politicians getting out of the way and actually letting things work without their grubby little mitts being involved is pretty slim. But anyway, did he avert a worse economic mess? Possibly. While passing health care reform, which will probably give us another economic mess. Saving the auto industry, which shouldn't have been saved. You know, a lot of people disagree with me on this, but you know what? Free market means free market. If they can't survive, it's just natural selection at work, if you believe in that kind of thing. It's not like there aren't other auto industries, auto companies that wouldn't have profited by GM collapsing. Ford would have made out like a bandit. And although there would have been a net loss of jobs, there probably would have been not as bad as if the whole thing just collapsed. Which is not what would have happened. It wouldn't just collapse. Vacuums tend to be filled. Killing Osama bin Laden, well, he did do that. Winding down the war in Iraq, I think that probably would have been done about on the same time frame anyway. He's done a good job and deserves to be reelected. I would say no, but and that's why I wrote strongly disagree. But the question is worded so badly. It's such a stupid question on a survey about the Republican Party platform. How about things that pertain to the Republican Party? Like, should we purge all of the progressive twits who have taken over the party and are destroying it and no longer displaying the values of free market capitalism, individualism, states' rights, and other things that are actually important to conservatives? How about asking questions about, well, they've asked a few good questions here. And of course, the answers you're allowed to give are stupid. So, how important it is to voters in your state? How the hell do I know? I'm me, I'm not my state. For Republican candidates to give attention to the following issues during the 2012 campaigns: strengthening border security, defending the Constitution, reducing federal spending, keeping taxes low, exposing Obama's radical left-wing policies, repealing Obamacare, expanding domestic exploration for oil and gas, stimulating here's one I just hate. Stimulating job creation in the private sector. Leave the private sector alone. That's why we don't have jobs in the first place. You got your fingers in the pie. Reining in government employees' unions. Well, they seem a little bit excessive, but it's not the most important issue. Demanding free and open trade to get U.S. manufacturing growing. That's pretty important, but I'm kind of concerned about what they consider free and open trade. Oh, let's see. There are a couple other doozies here. President Obama has indicated that if reelected, he will fight to increase tax rates on individuals and families he considers to be wealthy. Do you support Obama's position? Well, no, I don't. Does that come as a surprise? I don't think the government can make that kind of decision. They aren't wise enough to actually determine what is fair. They've left that a long time ago. They just have absolutely no sense in this. Do you believe that President Obama's policies have helped make the economy better, had no impact on the economy, or made the economy worse? Again, you're sending this to a Republican audience. What do you really expect the answers to be on that? Would you support a phased-in increase in the retirement eligibility age for Social Security benefits that would not affect anyone over the age of 50? I'm not thoroughly convinced that I support Social Security in the first place. So, how do you answer something like that? I think the government should be out of that and just encourage people to make their own savings. I mean, it is possible. And yeah, there are people that won't exactly be retiring on at the Hyatt. You know, they're not going to be spending their whole life in a hotel being pampered, but people make choices in life, and they have to understand that their choices have consequences. So if I choose to not, boy, this sounds just so harsh and unlike me, but you know, if you choose to not go to college, for instance, or go to college and take up basket weaving, or just choose a career that you know doesn't pay well, why is that my problem that I should support you in your old age? I don't think so. I'm going crazy here. I really dislike this. Should the National Republican Party only support candidates who adhere to our conservative principles of low taxes, small government, strong values, and unwavering defense of our constitutional freedoms? I'd be happy if you started to do that, personally. I mean, you support candidates like that? Where? I'd like to see a few. Because really, right now, all I see are a bunch of people who really do believe government is the answer to everything, who thinks our money is their money, and really is only concerned with maintaining power and keeping their job. Really stupid survey. And this video stinks. I'm not even sure I'm going to put it up. These people irritate the heck out of me.